The Ant and the Grasshopper. Once upon a time, in a lush green meadow, lived a hard-working ant named Annie and a carefree grasshopper named Gary. It was a beautiful summer, and the sun shone brightly, the flowers bloomed, and the fields were full of food. Annie, the diligent ant, was busy gathering food and storing it in her underground home for the long winter ahead. Gary, on the other hand, spent his days enjoying the sunshine, playing his fiddle, and hopping around the meadow. He laughed at Annie as she carried heavy grains of wheat back to her home. "Why are you working so hard, Annie?" Gary teased. "There's plenty of food now, come, enjoy the summer with me." Annie paused for a moment and replied, "Gary, winter will be here before you know it. When the cold comes, there will be no food in the meadow. I'm preparing for the future." Gary waved her off and continued playing his fiddle. "Winter is far away, there's no need to worry about it now," he said, hopping away happily. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Summer faded into autumn, and soon the cold winds of winter arrived. The once lush meadow was now barren, covered in frost and snow. Gary, who had spent the summer playing and relaxing, found himself cold and hungry. He searched for food everywhere but found nothing. The meadow was empty, and he had no supplies to survive the harsh winter. Shivering and desperate, Gary remembered Annie and her underground home. He made his way to her door and knocked. Annie opened the door, warm and cozy inside her well-stocked home. "Annie," Gary said with a trembling voice, "I have no food and nowhere to go. Can you help me?" Annie looked at him with a mix of compassion and disappointment. "Gary, I warned you about this. While I worked hard to prepare for winter, you spent your time playing. But I won't let you starve. Come in, and I'll share my food with you." Gary entered Annie's home, grateful for her kindness. As they sat together, sharing a warm meal, Gary promised himself that he would never waste another summer. He had learned the value of diligence and hard work, and so, from that day on, Gary became a changed grasshopper, and he and Annie remained friends, working together to prepare for every season. Moral of the story: diligence and hard work pay off, especially when preparing for the future.